Hello Leo, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for September of 2024. Leo, we're just under the line here. One more day left in this month. I thought I'd come by and give a reading for you. We do have a short stack of oracles to look at. This is going to be the overall energy for the month, and then we're going to look at the psychic tarot. I've got 6 questions we're going to ask with 6 cards, and then we'll clarify those with another tarot deck. So welcome here. If you are a person who has never been here before, welcome, welcome. If you've just rolled up in on here on these shenanigans, welcome. And I hope that you will stay. There is a subscription button in the bottom right hand corner. Please hit that bell button as well if you want to know when I'm uploading for your sign. And thanks for stopping in here. So if you decide not to stay and you're just giving me the click in the view today, I appreciate you. I'll see you again though. I'm going to be back in your feed. I swear I will. I will manifest myself there. Tell me about Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Tell me what the overall energy is for the month of September for Leo. Welcome to Virgo season, Leo. All right, tell me about Leo. Leo, we have courage. So you're going to need some courage to get through September. We are, I feel that you are going to need the courage because I feel like you're going to start seeing some things that you haven't seen before. And I think it's because your third eye is going to be opening a little bit. We do have all of this chaos crashing up against the rocks, but in the sky we can see that there is some orange here, which is the sacral chakra. And then we do have some purple here, which is the third eye, the violet. We have green, which is the heart chakra. So it feels to me like you are having some confidence to open your heart, possibly, in the month of September. And I think you're about to see something that you haven't seen before, because the third eye is opening here. I think you need to have some courage to really see things for what they are. One more card. All right. Dropped right out. Wonder. There it is. It's like at the beginning of the month, I feel it's like when you start to see things you didn't see before, and they probably were around you the whole time, Leo. But I feel like as we progress into the month, you start to look at things like, look at this wonder, right? We got really dark purple. So it's like the third eye. I feel like you're being healed. This is amethyst energy as well. I feel like you're healing, that your third eye is opening. We've got all this blue. We got all this green, heart chakra, throat chakra. I feel like you're doing something, healing something within you that is allowing you to see things as they truly are. And it can be terrifying. I'm just saying. We've got purity. You're starting right at the beginning. It feels like a cleansing here, that you will have some sort of success on something that you've been waiting for, quietly, patiently waiting for. And I feel like you will be having success on that thing. Let's look here, this deck here. Tell me about Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Tell me about Leo. Tell me about Leo. We've got regret. Yeah, I feel like that's what you're going to see, Leo. Yeah, it says, I know that I cannot change the past. I feel like somebody's going to be taking a trip through memory lane. There are some things in the past that maybe you're not going to be completely proud of doing or enduring or seeing. I feel like you're going to see all of those things and maybe have a little bit of regret. Maybe I could have handled that better. I'm just going to say, please don't live back there. You cannot change the past. There's no point in living back there. But it does feel like somebody's eyes are going to be opened to maybe some things that leading up to here, maybe they aren't things that you're completely proud of, right? Maybe it's something that you're going to have some regret about. We do have abundance. It says, I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in the physical reality. So I feel like this is going to be an abundant month for you. But please understand that the third eye opening is an abundant thing, but it can be terrifying because it leads you to sort of do a look back at, holy crap, why did I say that? Why did I do that? It's a little bit of regret. That's what it feels like. All right. One more deck, and then we will get to the main deck here. Tell me more about Leo, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Leo. And it's inevitable. We all go through it, Leo. We all go through this place where we're finally awake and we see things for what they are, and we're like, how did I let that go on for so long? And whether it's from your side or their side, tell me about Leo. What else do we need to know about Leo? We have passions. We have energy activation. One more. We have embrace. Look, embrace those regrets, Leo. You're never going to have to go through that again. It feels like some of the regrets could have to do with passions, possibly. It says, don't be afraid to fail. Follow what makes your heart happy. Look, if you consider some of the things that went on in the past to be failures, I feel like you're going to be in a little bit of regret about those things, because now you're going to be seeing them for what they are. You're going to have the courage to really look at yourself and look at the situation. We do have energy activation. Connect to the divine through meditation or prayer. It's never a bad time to do that. We do have embrace. Find peace with your current state of being. It's all about being in the moment. Look, you can't live back there. It's done. You can't change it. You can't live back there. I feel like you're supposed to embrace the present moment for what it is and move forward from here. We have be open to change. It's hard for you to change. You are a fixed sign like me. I'm a Taurus sun. So you have a hard time changing, just like I do. Be receptive to new experiences. Change leads to growth. And it's not that you don't want to change. It's that you need to go slowly toward the change. That's all it is. We do have the capacity to change, but it's got to be on our own terms, right? All right, let's ask some questions. We got 6 questions to ask for the month. Let's find out what's going on for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Leo, if you are interested in a private read, please know I've got a sale on right now. So for the month of September, it began yesterday actually, and for the month of September, you will get $5 to up to $20 off of any of my readings. Please go to the pinned comment in the comment section. The link to Wizio is there. You can go take a look at the prices. The prices are posted as is. There's no code that you need. All right, here we go. The first question we ask is, what do you need to step back from this month? What do you need to step back from here, Leo, in Virgo season? The shadow. You need to step away from the shadow. This is the moon energy here. I feel like you have... the only way that you can get this third eye open, the only way that you can get the understanding, have the courage to see things for the way they are, is by doing shadow work. And shadow work is all the stuff that's way deep down that you didn't know was there, or maybe you did, but you covered it. You pushed it down and put food on top of it, or pushed it down and put alcohol on top of it, or whatever your vice is. It feels like somebody here is facing or was facing the self, the dark side, right? So I feel like you're really in a position right now in the month of September. I feel like you're supposed to step away from this, because I feel like you've already done a whole lot of work, and we're never going to get all that work. You're never going to get it done all at once, but we do have to take breaks in between. It's a hard place to be, really is. What do you need to step toward in the month of September? Stepping toward suffering and silence. Look, it feels like stepping toward, I feel suffering and silence, because it's time for you to feel it. It's time for you to feel the emotions, feel the things that are way deep down. Suffering and silence is something that you should allow. You might be a person who likes to suffer in silence, like you would rather not other people see you. But I want to say that there is the sun here. It's coming up over the horizon, and the sun is a place of growth. It's a place of absolute and complete happiness. So you won't be here for long, because we do have card number 9, and 9s are about the ends of a cycle. So I feel like this cycle is coming to an end, but you really should allow it. You should step into it. And it's the only way to get rid of it. It really is. The next card we'll throw here is, what will your finances bring for September? Leo, what will your finances bring in September? We have passion ignited. So something that you're passionate about doing. I feel maybe you're passionate about making more money, about building a business. It is the beginning of something. It's card number 1, and passion ignited is like the Ace of Wands. Something like going on a new path, finding something exciting, finding something that puts a pep in your step, finding your spark again. So I feel like your finances are going to bring excitement. So that tells me that things are going to go well with your finances. So the next question is, how do you meet your financial goals, or how do you get to your financial goals in September? We've got solitude. You really got to think it out. Look, we've got a couple of 9s. You're at the ends of cycle. 9 and 9 is 18. You're at the ends of cycles here. I feel like you're having a breakthrough with this passion ignited here. And it feels like the way that you get to your financial goals is to think about it. Take a moment to step back, go within the self. This is Hermit energy. This is Virgo energy, and we are in Virgo season. And the beautiful thing that Virgo season brings, you also could be a Virgo Leo cusp, right? Having been born 3 days before or 3 days after the line of where Virgo or where Leo turns to Virgo. But this Virgo energy, the beautiful thing of it is it's time to get our crap together. That's what Leo season is about. It's about going over details, being very practical, right? Moving forward slowly and really organizing your life. And I think that you are organizing your finances, but it feels like you're going to need to spend some time away from people, maybe learning. She's holding a book, learning about how to reach your financial goals. What is the most important thing that you should be working on this month? What's the most important thing you should be working on this month, Leo? Moving on. So I really do believe that this is paramount, that if you have regrets after the third eye opens and you're like, how did I let that go on so long? Why did I do those things? It's time for you to move on from that. You need to detach. This is the 6 of Swords. And so that's air energy, right? Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. And it's detached energy. It's time for you to detach from the past and embrace the current moment and focus on whatever you can do right now to make the future better. There's no way that you can do anything to fix the past. Last card is there a new romantic partner in the future for you, Leo? Is there a new romantic partner in the future for Leo? The Authority. I feel like there is. It's a positive energy. The Emperor is a positive energy, but I feel if you want it, you need to go get it, I'm going to say, because the Authority is the masculine leaning energy. You don't have to be masculine. This is also like it's a masculine leaning energy, but also the Emperor has feminine energy. So it could be a feminine or masculine energy of the Authority. I'm going to say that you need to take charge of the situation if you do want to meet someone new. And so you don't have to be the one who is the pursuer. If you are the masculine, it's most likely you're the one who is the pursuer. But if you are the feminine, you need to do things, take control of the situation, like you need to go out more. You need to be in social situations more. You need to say yes to the invitations you're getting from friends, that kind of thing. What do we have here? We have patience and planning. Be patient with yourself this month. All right, let's get some tarot. Tell me about Leo. Tell me about Leo in September, please. Let's start out with this moon energy, Cancer, Pisces energy, the shadow energy. I feel like you've been doing a lot of shadow work and, expelling the things that you don't need, pushing it out, like trying to look over things and, okay, well, I found that thing. Now I know what the pattern is. I'm not going to complete that pattern again. And I feel like it's mostly things that you were doing to hurt yourself. That's what it feels like, that maybe you didn't realize that some of the decisions you were making, maybe some of the people you had in your life, that maybe those things were causing you to have to face the shadow. And it's all the parts of us that are, we all have some type of duality. So it's like we have a light part of us, a light attribute, and we all also have a dark attribute. I think you are really facing your dark attributes. So why do you need to step back from the shadow? Tell me why you need to step back from that. Because you've had enough tower moments up to here. I feel like you've already had your realization, or once you do have your realization, the wonder here with this courage, I feel like you've had the courage to step into the tower. And the tower, what that is it is an illusion you were living, who you thought you were, what you thought you needed, what people told you to be. Sometimes our parents want us to do what they want us to do, carry on traditions. It's like all the things that people laid on you that you thought you had to take on. And when the tower shows up, it's like, nah, bro, I'm going to be who I'm going to be. And you realize that you are your own person. You are autonomous and you can make your own decisions. And I feel like this is part of the shadow work that you were doing, that you have some sort of a realization that what the person that you had built up to here is actually an illusion of what everybody else wanted and not what you wanted. What else do we have here? We have the Three of Swords, and it's heartbreaking. You're like, how did I waste the time that I wasted being who everyone else wanted me to be instead of being who I wanted to be? It is heartbreaking here. And then we do have the Eight of Pentacles, but you get straight to work, and that's what you do, Leo. There's no time here for tears. You got to just get straight to work, right? I'm just going to, if it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, I'm going to fix it. And I think that's what you do, because you got courage and you got all of this good energy coming in. You've got the heart chakra opening. You've got the throat chakra opening. You're kind of on fire. Everything is opening here. And then what do you need to step toward? This is this stuff, suffering and silence. Look, it may not look like something that's good that you should step toward, but when you finally get out of this place where your heart is hard, where you won't move, where you won't make a decision, and you won't realize, like when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we finally realize that maybe some of the things we did, you know, some of the hardships we went through were actually things that we caused by making poor decisions or making decisions that weren't the best for our life. And so I feel like moving from the shadow to the suffering and silence is at least an acknowledgement that there was suffering. I feel like you went through a lot of suffering. And so I want to say that it's going to get better from here because the sun is coming out. The sun will come out tomorrow, my friend. It's always going to come out tomorrow. Tell me about the suffering and silence, please. We have the Four of Pentacles, which is being held back. It's like you're holding yourself back because you don't want to feel this. It's all about feelings. Getting into shadow work is all about things coming to the surface. And I feel like you were holding back from this suffering, Nine of Swords, suffering, worry, anxiety, because you didn't want to feel it. We do have the Ace of Pentacles, but I think you're ready to now invest in yourself. I feel like you've realized that you're the one, if you're feeling lonely, that you pushed yourself on the outside and you're now looking in. But I feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, it tells me it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. Michael Blueblade taught us that, right? And I feel like that when the sun comes up over the mountains here, I feel like that's what you see. You see the Ace of Pentacles. You don't see it as part of the five. You see it as the Ace of Pentacles. I can start brand new. I can make a different choice. And I think that you do. Yep, you certainly do. You realize that there's a life of abundance waiting for you, and it's time for you to take your part. But the only way that you can is if you get out of this suffering energy. The only way that we can get out of suffering, Leo, is if we learn the lesson. No matter what the situation is, no matter what the hardship is, if we can learn the lesson, learn our pattern, then we never have to go through that pain and suffering again. When we learn the lesson, we're like, oh, that's what it was. All right. So what will your finances bring? I feel like they're looking pretty good with this passion ignited here. Yep, your finances are going to be great. We have wish fulfillment. We have the Nine of Cups, happiness. Flowers are open. Blessings are coming in. These flowers are pink. That's crown chakra energy. I feel like you're open to whatever the universe is going to bring you. And for some of you, the universe is going to bring you confidence, going to bring you money, going to bring you blessings of financial things. For some of you, it's going to bring you a business, or if you already have a business, more business. I feel like you're going to have more clients, or business is going to be better for you, Leo. And then we have the Queen of Wands, and you're just gonna catch the flow and you're going to go. That's what it feels like. So, you know, the Queen of Wands, she is the independent one. She is the entrepreneur. So some of you might have an entrepreneur spirit that you haven't explored yet, but I feel like your passion is going to be ignited in September, that you realize that you really can go get what you want and you don't have to care what anyone else says, because that's who the Queen is. She doesn't care what anyone else says. She's a little bit of a weirdo, like me, Sagittarius. I'm Sagittarius rising. She's a person who's going to do what she wants when she wants to do it, and she doesn't really care what anyone else has to say. She's forged through fire, which means that you've had a hard past. It feels like you've had a hard past, and it's time for you, for passion to ignite, for you to have a little more of a spring in your step in September as it pertains to whatever you're doing in terms of business. I feel like you get excited about where you work, or you get excited because of a promotion or a raise, or you get excited to open your own business. And how about those financial goals? How will you meet your financial goals in solitude? We do have the Magician. See, the thing is that you do have talents. You do have talents and you have capabilities. You are tapping into your full potential in September, and it feels like you go into the solitude to look over things. She's got a book in her hand. Maybe read, maybe take a course, maybe go back to school, and you start manifesting things about meeting your goals, because everything is changing. This is a really great reading, Leo. Everything is changing for you. You're looking at things with different eyes. For sure. This is abundance. This is expansion. This is Sagittarius energy. I think I was just going on about her, right? This is Sagittarius energy, and it's Jupiter energy. It's expansion. And I feel like things are really changing for you in a financial way because you're manifesting it. You don't realize what a really strong, resourceful, skilled manifester you are. You know that you have all the tools, but I don't think that you knew how to use them. A lot of people do get stuck here, though. Don't feel bad about it. You know, we get to be the fool, right? The fool is you and I, right? We get on this new path, a clean slate, and then we go to the Magician. The Magician is supposed to give us all the tools that we need in order to carry on to the next stage, which is the High Priestess. The next stage is finding our intuition. A lot of people get stuck there. They get stuck at the Magician energy because they get all the tools, but they don't use them, or they don't know how to use them. I think that's changing for you because the Wheel of Fortune is ultimately change that moves you forward. It pushes you forward. You don't have a choice in it. It's showing up. You only have a choice as to whether you're going to react or respond. And then we have the King of Cups, being emotionally stable, but being stable nonetheless. Even when things were going wrong, you remain stable. That's what I love about Leo. You're strong, you're solid, you will just stand there and you will let the storm pass, right? That you're solid in that storm. And I feel like you are doing all of this in solitude, by the way. I feel like you're getting your solid, sturdy, stable energy. Things are changing and you are starting to use your tools that were given to you by the universe. What's the most important thing you should be working on? Moving on. I think you need to detach from whatever doesn't belong to you, and it's time to stop with the regrets. I know that your third eye is open, but I feel like it's time for you to stop looking back there. It's time to move forward into the future. What are you moving on from? King of Swords. Got the Five of Cups. And we got the Ace of Swords. Remember when I was talking about learning the lesson? I think this is it. I feel like you are learning a lesson, coming to a realization, an aha moment, a triumphant clarity that of the things that made you sad in the past. This is regret. So is this. I feel like you're moving on from that, detaching, because I'm looking at the King of Swords, right? That's the King of Swords is aloof, detached. I'm not going to deal with that anymore. I'm just not even going to look that way. It's going over the details and being really truthful and honest with yourself about why you were feeling regret. I feel like you're going to get some sort of realization about why you were feeling regret. And once you finally see the realization, then you can move on. I like it. Tell me about this new romantic partner, because you're the authority. So if you're the masculine, I feel like you're going to pursue it. If you're the feminine, I feel like you are going to do something to change your situation. If you do want a brand new romantic future, I feel like you're going to do something, and you're going to take charge of the situation by going out, asking friends to go out, maybe inviting people over, having, get-togethers or parties, dinner parties maybe. But I feel like you are taking control of the situation here. We do have, and I think you're going to surprise yourself. It's the Page of Cups. I feel like it's the beginning of something new, that you are going to meet somebody new, but I also feel like you are going to surprise yourself, that you're going to step up, stand up, and do this. And it's because you have accessed the next level of your growth, right? Goes the Fool, then it goes the Magician, and I was talking about the High Priestess. Now your intuition is on fire. And the next step after this is the Empress energy. So I feel like this, and then it's the Emperor. So I feel like you're not far from making this decision. We've got the High Priestess here, which tells me your intuition is turned on. You're tapped in to your resources, to your talents. I feel like the High Priestess is telling me that you know that there is something that is coming, that you just know it, that you're going to be meeting somebody, because this is psychic intuition here. It's also silence, so you can't be silent if you're going to find somebody, right? We've got the Six of Cups. It's not just anybody, it's a soulmate. Somebody, if they are not a soulmate, if you don't already know them, it feels like this is somebody who's brand new, and it's somebody you're going to feel like you've known forever. You feel like it's like you guys will just talk and talk and talk and talk for days. It feels like this is This is a really beautiful feeling of having known someone before, which means that they probably are a soulmate. So I feel like you are going to be meeting a soulmate here. It's going to be very passionate, but I think you're going to hold back. So the Hanged Man is here. I feel like you're going to hold back because you want to get a perspective on it first before you run at it, right? And I feel like you had been blocked previously, but you're about to get some justice here. If you decide to make a decision for somebody, this might be someone you know. We've got the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Or the Eight of Cups in the reverse could be taking another shot, right? Taking another chance at love. All right. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you, Leo. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Have a beautiful September, and I'm out for now. Take care. Bye-bye.